Welcome. We're just going to wait one more minute and let everybody get all logged in. I hope you're doing well. I miss having a whole class full of people, but this is the next best thing. So why don't you find a place on the mat, those who have joined already. And again, we'll wait one more minute, not even one more minute. We'll get started in about 30 seconds. While we're doing that, or while we're waiting, if you want to grab some props, if any assistance with your class, maybe a rolled up blanket or a block. We used a rolled up blanket instead of a bolster. So whatever kind of serves you. If you need a strap, and you don't have one at home, sometimes I'll grab like a bathrobe sash or a tie, or even just like a little cloth of some sort. So anyway, here we go. Welcome, welcome to Level 2 Pure Yoga class. I'm Suzy, and I'll be guiding you through this class today, and I hope you're well. So let's just begin in extended child's pose. Knees to the outside edges of the mat and big toes to touch. Sitting bones reach back towards the heels and extending fingertips long and overhead. Take a nice deep breath in, and then on the exhale, surrender the forehead down to the mat. If arms don't necessarily feel good up and overhead, feel free to bring them down to the side or goalpost arms, and then resting forehead down on hands or to the mat. Take a long, deep, even breath in. And a nice passive exhale out. Feel free if you want to rock yourself a little bit from side to side, opening up the inner thighs, rolling along the forehead, just kind of a little massage to the forehead. Good. Another deep breath in, holding and pausing at the top of the inhale. Releasing gently on the exhale. Shifting yourself slowly into Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing in through the nose. Using that filter with a slight constriction in the back of the throat and out through the nose. Just doing this for a few breaths alone feels really good and is a nice reset before you even move into the physical practice. Making sure your jaw is relaxed as you're breathing, separating the teeth. Lips are gently touching. And as you're moving through your breath, a little more intensity to the breath, warming the self up from the inside out with the Ujjayi Pranayama. Just do a little internal inventory. As if the breath's coming in from the crown of the head, you're just playing witness to the brain, the sinuses, the jaw, the throat, shoulders, neck, back, chest, as you're following the breath moving down the spine, through the hips, through the legs, and out through the feet. And then starting from the crown of the head again, just sipping the air in. And checking in, asking your body how everything's doing. Are you holding on to stress that you're having a difficult time releasing? Well, allow that stress to connect to the breath on the exhale. And visualize that you're just moving it down and out and through, and you're replenishing with fresh oxygen. And just feel like what that's doing for your body right now. Let's take 2 more breaths in child's pose. So become as active as you'd like. Right now, I'm up on my forearms, and I have been just kind of rocking back and forth. 1 more breath. Good, and let's ease up into tabletop pose. Feel free to do the practice with eyes closed as best you can. And just really get that internal view. So from tabletop pose, let's just sway the hips or wag the tail from side to side And gently bringing hip towards the shoulder. Getting a little side body stretching here. Slowly waking up the low lumbar spine. Good. Couple more, just like that. Perfect. So from side to side, then walk the hands out even just a little bit further. And then slowly bring the hips down towards the mat and back to the center. And down towards the mat and back to the center. So you're exhaling as the hips are lowering, inhaling as you're coming back up. One more time to each side. Swaying down to the left. Back to the center, swaying down to the right. Back down to the center, walking hands back in so they're right underneath the shoulders. Moving through cat and cow, tailbone tips to the sky, belly comes through, shoulders and gaze. Tailbone tips back down to the mat, let the spine follow very slowly, chin to chest. Good, inhale. As you're doing cat and cow, you may observe areas of tightness that you didn't even know you had until you move into the stretch. So if you're finding areas of congestion, spend a little more time there in the posture. For example, I'm feeling a little more shortening through the cervical spine, so I'm just going to hold my cat spine with chin to chest for a couple extra breaths. Good, let's do 2 more cat and cows. And feel free if you want to slowly start to sway through the head, neck, and shoulders. Taking little circles. Good, and then bringing yourself back up to tabletop. If wrists ever become fatigued, feel free to come up onto fists. So you're bringing the palms of the hands facing each other. Wrists are now in a neutral position. Take a nice little shoulder shrug. Belly's going to be drawn in nice and firm. Extending right arm and left leg in one long line of energy. Make sure if you're looking back, you can actually see the toes. So toes are tipping down towards the mat, knee is tipping down towards the mat, so hips are square. Deep breath in and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, get nice and long. Slow exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1 more, inhale, nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee, pause and hold. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring it nice and long, stay as you are. Maybe you want to rest the toes on the mat or bring foot to hand. Kicking in and getting that really lovely front body opening. If you can see, I actually flex my foot, so I've got a handle to hang on to. You can also use a strap here if you can't reach your foot. Hold and breathe, 3, 2, extend it long, lower it down on 1. Let's do a couple barrel rolls this time in your cat and cow. Nice, and then switch directions. Back into tabletop, belly's drawn in, nice and firm again. Extending left arm, right leg. Make sure not to lock out the elbow on the right arm right now. Little micro bend. Allow the muscle to hug the bone here. All right, when you feel that stability, let's lengthen, reaching out, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Breathing in. Slow, deep exhale out. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, curl it in, pause and hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, long. Staying as you are, maybe drop the toes down to the mat if you need more stability, or bring your foot to hand. Good, and if you find that connection, breathing in and expanding on it, nice, beautiful stretch to the anterior deltoid, the front of the shoulder and the pectoral muscle, quadricep. It's a really great stretch. Good, breathing in. Release it out. Lower it down. Couple barrel rolls in each direction. Other way. Nice. Tabletop pose. Okay, let's get a little stretch in the wrists now. So flipping the palms facing up, fingertips facing your knees. Little stretch. Good, now just flip them over so the fingertips are still facing the knees, but now you're on the palms. Beautiful. Circle them around a little bit. And let's reground the hands. Step out into your plank pose. Think of that root lock, pulling up of the Mula Bandha, pulling up at the pelvic floor, connecting that to the Uddiyana Bandha, that nice tuck of the lower abdominals, and then firming the glutes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bringing hips high, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, unravel back into your high plank pose. Exhale, hips lead high, downward facing dog. Inhale, unravel into plank. Exhale, lift up and back. Inhale, shift into plank all the way forward, lower down your first chaturanga. You can come all the way down to the mat, the cobra if you'd like. Up dog or cobra pose. Downward facing dog. Let's pause and just paddle this out this time. Shifting the weight, maybe the gaze. Exaggerate it if you'd like. Widen the stance. Good. I don't know if you heard that, but my hips popped a couple of times. Beautiful. Maybe rolling up onto all 10 toes. Find what feels really good. And let's inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip, get a good deep stretch here. Maybe circling the knee or the ankle around. And then squaring it up. Pause with hips square. You'll get a really nice deep stretch through the calf. And then bringing knee to nose. And then finding low lunge. Grounding hands or fists again. If your fists need a little bit of a break, making sure palms are facing each other and wrists are in neutral. Let's inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, ease down and lower. Good, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, ease down, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to the back knee. Deep breath. Take a little twist, little rotation. Bring the belly through first. You'll get more rotation if you start with the lower spine rotating. Belly, shoulders, gaze. Staying as you are again. If you have the ability, foot to hand, you want a little deeper stretch of the quadricep. Chest is nice and open. Releasing foot back down. Inhaling up to center into low lunge. Interlace the hands, get a little side body bend to the right. Oh, that feels good. Staying as you are, maybe bringing that hand to the hip, right hand to right hip. Again, staying as you are, maybe reaching down to the floor or a block. So let's slowly bring the belly down towards the thigh. Squaring the hips off, squaring the torso off. Inhale here and exhale, pull back, straighten the front leg. Feel free to keep a nice generous bend in the knee. Inhaling and exhaling into the stretch. Toes are going to curl back towards your nose. Good, staying here, or if you want to pull all the way back, sitting on the heel. Just remember, your body needs a little more time to lengthen out in the morning. There's more compression that happens overnight, dehydration, so give yourself a little bit of a break. Maybe not taking it as deep in your morning classes as you would in the afternoon or evening classes, or give yourself some time to warm up. All right, let's shift forward, ground the hands. Front foot meets the back, we're in plank pose. Let's just march it out a little bit, warming up the spine a little bit more. Good, bringing knee to chest, just alternating sides. Good, moving forward. And 3, and 2, and 1. Step it back out, full breath in. Shift the weight forward, pin the elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Hips lift high, exhale, downward facing dog. I don't think there's anything better than down dog. All right, inhale, left leg high. And bend the knee, open that hip. Staying as you are, or maybe little circles, exploring it a little bit more. Making sure as you're exploring it that you're always doing that with the breath. Beautiful. Square the hips off, pause and hold. It's a little bit deeper stretch with the leg lifted on the standing leg through the calf muscle, through the Achilles. All right, let's bring knee to nose and low lunge. Coming up onto the fists. Again, if you need a little bit of a break for the wrists, inhale, lift the hips, lengthen. Exhale, ease in. Just opening up the hips a little bit more, lifting up on the inhale. Exhale, lower down, waking things up slowly. Inhale and exhale. One more time, full breath in, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's come all the way down to the back knee. Find a little length. Inhale, center, and then exhale, little rotation. Hand could come to the sky, staying as you are, or feel free again if you want to take it a little bit deeper, grabbing on to the back foot. Making sure that that foot's in line with the knee. Making sure chest and heart space are nice and open. Couple more breaths just as you are. Inhale. And exhale. One more full breath. Good, and release the foot back down if you have it, coming back to center. Stabilize now, firming the glutes, dipping up the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, reaching up nice and high. Interlace in a little steeple grip, full breath, and exhale, little side body bend to the left this time. Staying just as you are because that feels good, or maybe bringing hand to the hip, or maybe all the way down to the mat or a block. Long, even breath. In and out. All is well. Good, let's rotate belly down to the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, pull the hips back. Remember, leg does not have to be straight. You can move with your breath, just slowly easing into that hamstring stretch. A lot of people have very tight hamstrings, so offer yourself some grace. You can stay just as you are. Remember, toes are flexed back towards the nose, or you can come all the way back down onto the heel. Nice, find a little length again and a little fold. One more breath. Perfect, shift it forward. Grounding hands or fists. Remember, you can always do plank pose from fists, forearms. You can come to your knees if that feels better. And we're just gonna pedal the knees one at a time towards the chest. Just marching it out. Warming up the core. That means both the abdominals and the spinal muscles. Let's march 4 and 3, 2, pause and hold 1. Full breath in, shift the weight forward. Pin the elbows in all the way to the rib cage lower. Finding up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, breathing in. Breathing out. All right, stretching arches of the feet. Roll all the way up. Bringing belly to thighs. To the top of the mat. I like to do it nice and wide. Feet to the outside edge of the mat. Maybe bend the knees. Rock yourself a little bit from side to side. And when you feel ready, Finding a nice ragdoll pose. So lifting up, tipping the pelvis and fold. And feel free if you want to dangle the hands down, maybe tracing figure eights on the mat, maybe interlacing the hands and just hang. Gazing between the knees, so bend the knees as much as you need to. So you can just get a full relaxation in your ragdoll pose. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Nice, let's bend the knees. Belly connects to the thighs again, and slowly reverse your swan back, coming all the way up in Uttanasana, mountain pose. Hands to heart center. Stepping the feet out hip distance. Feeling yourself grounding down to the earth. Pulling the energy up through the legs. Drawing the quadriceps up nice and firm, connected to the glutes, and then zip it up through the core so the spine is stacked nice and long. Good, gorgeous sunny day out. Maybe your intention today is gratitude for the sun, for our beautiful earth, but setting an intention, breathing it in, releasing it out. Let's move through Namaskar 8. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, open, baby back bend. Inhaling, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, open to a halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, stepping back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, prepare to move. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender and fold. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Not your warrior, your swan dive. Open little baby back bend. And palms to touch. Hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Ground your hands, stepping out. I'm going to modify this time, coming to knee, shifting forward, lowering all the way to the mat. Opening cobra pose or up dog. Pulling back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, prepare to move. Exhale, come to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Deep full grip. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Pause and hold for a moment here. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Exhale, side body bend to the left. Good, inhale back to the center. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Good, open, halfway lift. Grounding the hands, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, prepare to move. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana, weight goes into the heels. Zipping up the core again. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Breathe it in. Open mouth, exhale. Again. One more time. Hands to the heart, forward fold. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, halfway lift. Grounding the hands, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do this with the warrior 2. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring it down, chaturanga. Modify when needed, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, grounding breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, low lunge. Stabilize the glutes, sweep it up, crescent lunge. Open warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back down to the mat. Front foot meets the back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, prepare to move. And exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, open mouth. Again, weight in the heels. Again. One more time, inhale. Hands to the heart, forward fold. Open halfway lift. Ground the hands, step back. Chaturanga. Remember, you can come from the knees, lowering all the way down to the mat. Cobra pose or up dog. Downward facing dog. Grounding breath. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, shine your heart safe. Surrender into down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, low lunge. Stabilize. Crescent lunge. Open warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Back down to the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Rolling up onto all 10 toes. Bend the knees. Nice big stretch. Belly to thighs. Top of the mat. Walker jump. Inhale halfway. And exhale fold. And inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, gentle twist. Hold here and breathe. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, gentle twist. Hold and breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Open halfway. Grounding the hands, step back, chaturanga. Let's add on, up dog. Downward facing dog, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Stay as you are, flip your dog. Let the belly lift nice and high. Let the hips open, heart open, throat open. One more breath. Square it off, flip it back, three-legged down dog, right knee, right tricep. Inhale high, right knee, left tricep. Good, inhale high, knee to nose. Take an inhale, Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, gentle twist. Pause and hold. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Nice breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more breaths just like that. 1 more. Good, let's move into warrior two. Straighten the leg. Ease back down into it. Good, inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Back into warrior two. Arms extend long again. Left elbow under right ankle arms. Squeeze them down to the chest, let the chin fall, a little stretch. Elbows come up, forearms come away. Sweep yourself into crescent lunge with eagle arms. Open up to that little bitty baby back bend. Find your stability. Elbows come down to the thigh. Slowly crossing over, moving into eagle legs. Eagle arms, breathing in. Breathing out. All is well. Beautiful. Forearms come back down to the knees. Fingertips reach forward. Uncross the legs, airplane legs, eagle arms. Full open airplane pose. Fingertips reach up and overhead, warrior three. Hold and breathe, 3, 2. Hands come to the heart on 1, inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Breathing in, staying here, or 4 curtsy squats. Let's move 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Pause and hold. Bringing the foot parallel to the mat, bringing the torso parallel to the mat. Use a block if you need to. Fingertips are going to ground right in front of the foot. Slowly opening the hip. Moving into half moon. Good. Nice breath in. Nice breath out. How we doing? I'm getting wobbly. Perfect. Get a little bend in the knee. Stepping out. Warrior two, legs spiral open, reverse your triangle. Inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, Trikonasana. Long breath in. Long breath out. Staying as you are, maybe you want to do a little more strengthening. Palm to palm. Hold 3, 2. Release, reverse triangle on 1. Inhale up. Star pose. Exhale down. Goddess pose. Externally rotate the knees, the thighs. Knees track out towards the pinky toe. Staying as you are, hands can come to the hips. A little bit of a more stretch. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee. Again, moving with your breath. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale. Beautiful. Two more. Left side, center. Right side, center. Left, center. Right, center. Breathing in. Good. Now straightening the legs, bringing feet parallel. Find a nice halfway lift. Coming into that full Prasarita. Bringing right hand to the right foot or somewhere around, right hand to the left foot or somewhere there around and taking a little twist. Left hand goes to the sky. Inhale, sweep it back to the center. Left hand to the right foot, right hand to the sky. Bring it back to center again. Hands come to the hips, slowly come to rise. Beautiful, open. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior and bring it down to the mat. Front foot meets the back, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay as you are, feel free to flip your dog. Hips lift high, belly opens, heart opens, throat opens. Long breath in, long breath out. Slowly flipping the dog back. Left leg is high. Left knee, left tricep. Good, inhale, bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, high. Knee to nose, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Opening, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And I'm just going to turn myself around so I'm facing you. Side angle pose. Couple more breaths here. Good, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more, just like that. Perfect. Let's move into warrior two arms. Inhale, lift. And lower. Good, inhale, lift. And lower. Two more. One more. Warrior two arms, reach it long. This time right elbow under left. Tucking triceps towards the chest, let the chin follow. Nice, good stretch. Through the neck, through the traps. Good, elbows are going to come up, forearms away. Slowly with control, sweep it in. Crescent lunge. With eagle arms, finding that little baby back bend. Forearms slowly come down to the thighs. Coming over into eagle legs. Find your eagle pose, weight in the heel, firm the glutes. Zip up the core. Shoulders relax, let the heart space open. Good, slowly bringing elbows down to the knees. Fingertips are going to reach forward, broaden the back. Uncross spine airplane with eagle arms. Find full airplane pose. All is well. Breathing in. Warrior three. Holding here for three. And two. Hands come to the heart on one. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips come down to the mat. Exhale. Curtsy squats or stay as you are. We're doing one. We're doing two. Weight in the heel. Three. And four. Lift the leg high. And slowly bring the foot parallel with the mat, torso parallel with the mat. Fingertips reach out in front of the toes. Opening the hips again. Good. And slowly finding half moon. Some days are better than others, right? With our balance, let's hold here. 3, 2, get a bend in the knee. Woo. Step it out to warrior two, reverse your triangle. Trikonasana pose. Staying just as you are, because you're enjoying the pose just as you are. Maybe bring the bottom hand to meet the top hand. Good, holding here for 3 and 2. Reverse your triangle on 1. Sweeping up into star. Sinking down into goddess. Shoulders relax and release from the ears. All right, let's slowly sway from side to side. Good, we're gonna take a little Spider-Man here. So you're gonna maybe inch the feet in a little bit more and slowly tapping. Maybe you're here, hands are on the hips. Again, if you wanna go a little bit lower, swaying side to side, side to side. Nice. 4 and 3 and 2 And one, back to the center. Good, inhale and then exhale, straighten the legs. Bring your feet parallel or even a little pigeon-toed. Find a little more length. Take a nice fold. This time interlace hands behind you. Chest expansion. Couple more breaths. Nice, release hands down to the mat. Hands come to the hips now. Slowly come to rise. Opening warrior two. Reverse your warrior and bring it down to the mat. Front foot meets the back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. All is well. Another breath in and taking it to the top of the mat. Walker jump. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands come to the heart. Good. Deep breath. Prayer twist to your right. Feet can be hip distance. They can be toes touching, heels sticking out, but remember to get some length, bellies coming through, shoulders and gaze, staying as you are, or maybe half bind or whole bind. Couple more breaths. Weight in the heels. Glutes are firm. Release into your forward fold. Toe heel the feet, hip distance apart. Shake the legs out, find a halfway lift and a fold, grabbing onto big toes with peace fingers. Let the head follow. Padangusthasana. I forgot to call it out. Bend the knees if you need to. Just allow the spine to slowly lengthen, hamstrings lengthen. Good, one more breath. Releasing the toes, toe heel the feet to touch or hip distance. Weight goes in the heels as you sleep up into your chair pose. Hands come through the heart as you move into prayer twist. It could be gentle twist as well. With right arm back, left arm forward. Think again, the belly's going to come through, the shoulders, and then the gaze. And then if you want to expand on that, half or whole bind. No right or wrong here. Good, let's slowly come back into a nice forward fold, toe heel the feet, hip distance. This time, Padahastasana. Hands tuck under the feet. Toes are kissing the wrist. Maybe rocking side to side, pedaling it out. Good, releasing hands from feet. And let's toe heel the feet out to the corners of the mat and sit down into a yogi squat. Again, you can sit on a little stool, a block, a bolster, a rolled up blanket if this is challenging for you. So my shoulders are going to open nice and broad. My chest and heart space are open, nice and big. And we're just going to sit and breathe for a couple minutes here. Not a couple minutes, a couple breaths. Great posture though. Opens up the hips, releases the low back. Nice, you can stay just as you are. If you want to take just a little bind or a little deeper stretch through the lumbar, you can extend the leg high, you can take a half bind or reach around and take a whole bind. Good, and release, other side. Right hand reaches high, half bind, maybe the whole bind. Gentle release, staying as you are. Challenge pose would be to come into crow. So pointer fingers are going to face the front of the room. The rest of the fingers are going to stay there. Knees can come on top of the triceps or outside of the triceps. Shifting the weight forward, lifting the toes one after the other, squeezing everything into the midline and lifting up. Just like a cat spine, pulling everything into the center. Hold here, 3, 2. Grounding the feet back down on 1. Circle the wrists out a little bit. And let's move through your vinyasa, stepping back. Remember, you can come to knees if you prefer. Shift the weight forward, lower all the way down. Cobra pose or up dog. And downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good, rolling up onto all 10 toes. Bring yourself to the top of the mat, walk or jump. Open, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it high to the sky. Hands come back to heart center. I'm realizing I'm going off the screen. So I'm gonna step it back. Nice, let's do a little balancing here. So firming the glutes and stabilizing through the 4 corners of the feet. Squeezing the glutes in, lifting up nice and tall. Again, hands are gonna come to heart center. I'm gonna slowly firm the right glute a little bit more, opening to tree pose so a foot can come to the ankle, the calf, upper inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Nice. If you're feeling really good, reaching hands high. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. It's a beautiful thing. Hands come back to heart center. Knee comes center now. Moving into dancer's pose, I'm going to bring my thumb to my big toe. Knees draw together nicely. Right arm reaches high to the sky. Good. Full breath in. Stabilize. Exhale, kicking into the hand. Dancer's pose. Good. You're going to love me for the next one. 2 more breaths. Right? We're not going to bring the foot back or the knee back down or the foot back down. Knee's going to come into the chest. We're really going to fatigue that calf. So you can stay as you are, or you can do a nice yogi toe lock on the foot. Take an inhale, stacking, lifting, firming, and reaching through the heel. Good, hand can come out to the side for a little counterbalance. Reaching through the heel, shoulder draws back. Staying as you are, or slowly open up the inner thigh. This is called a tada pose. You could have the knee out to the side as well. Bring it back to the center. We're going to release. Either grab opposite hand to the outside of the knee or opposite hand to the outside of the foot. Extend the leg long. Good, belly's going to lift. Spine is going to lengthen. Belly's going to come through, shoulders and knees. All is well. Hold here. 3, 2. Come back to the center one. Either shake it out or move into a figure 4. That's what I need right now is a little figure 4. It kind of releases the calf too if you shift your weight into the heel. 2 more breaths. Good, and let's stand it up. Step it out, step it out. Give it a shake, give it a shake. How are we doing? Thumbs up, I hope. All right, reground. Toes are spread out evenly, 4 corners of the feet anchored into the mat. Draw it up through the kneecaps, connected to the glutes. Pull up, hands to the heart. Weight into the left foot. Tree pose, here, here, or here. Making sure you're avoiding the knee area. Pressing one into the other, right? That's going to create some stability and then stacking the spine. Extend hands up and overhead if you prefer. If you really want to challenge your balance, close your eyes. My balance is challenged today, so I don't need to close my eyes. All right, a couple more breaths. Nice. Hands come to the heart, knee comes to the center. Give it a nice good squeeze. Restabilize with that glute. Dancer's feet, thumb to big toe, knees draw together. Left hand reaches high. You can stay right here if you'd like, or slowly kick foot into hand. Dancer's pose. Dancer's pose all by myself in my lonely studio. Sending love to all of you. One more breath. All right, friends. Challenge pose. Knee comes back to the center. Either grabbing the knee or the big toe. Doesn't make any difference to me. Reaching out through the heel. Extending it long. Draw that shoulder back. Hold here. Knee could be bent. Doesn't make any difference to me. Good, and slowly open it up. There you go. 4, 3, 2. Back to the center on 1. Knee can be bent again. Opposite hand to the opposite knee. Opposite hand to the outside of the foot. The belly's going to come through. Shoulders finishing with the gaze. Pause and hold. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly release to the center. Taking figure 4 if you'd like, or just stepping it out. Weight in the heel, all is well. Gentle release. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's move through your vinyasa. Arms up. Swan dive fold. Open halfway. I'm going to walk forward. Lower down, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. Here's the fun part. I don't know how this is going to look. We're going to shoot through, rolling up onto all 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes, oh, that wasn't so bad. All right, finding boat pose. As most of you know, this is my boat pose. It feels better. I'm able to really isolate my core and not move into hip flexors and quadriceps. Some of you are perfect, extending the legs, reaching them high to the sky. Let's just take 4 really beautiful, awesome breaths. Maybe extending arms high to the sky. Find what works for you. Enjoy what's working for you. Good. Slowly moving from whole boat into half boat and all the way down to the mat. Stretching long, fingertips to toes. The idea with your Uddiyana Bandha is if you have that engaged and active through most of your practice, most of the postures, you really don't even need a core section at all. So just note to self, it's a very powerful lock or bandha engagement of the core muscles. All right, let's bend the knees, bringing heels to sitting bones. Arms come down your side, setting up for bridge. If you have a block or a blanket or a bolster and you would like to take more restorative, just lift the hips, bring it under the low lumbar. Otherwise, let's slowly inch the hips off. Lifting and opening, shimmying the shoulders underneath. Maybe interlacing hands. And just continue to lift chest to chin. Gazing always at the sky. One more breath. And slowly rolling it down. Supta Baddha Konasana, I really enjoy doing windshield wiper from side to side. That's where I feel a nice release through my back. Good, stay just as you are. Take a second set of bridge. Or if full wheel is in your practice, feel free to move into that. I'm going to inch myself so I am more centered here. Perfect. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, and on the next inhale, we'll gently lift. If you are taking bridge pose, trying to line shoulders up over wrists, which would also mean probably straightening the legs a little bit more. And releasing when you're ready, letting the spine melt back down to the earth. Windshield wiper, Supta Baddha Konasana, or maybe this time you want to circle the knees around a little bit. Good. Knees come back into the chest. All right, this is another one of my favorites. Rocking and rolling 3 times along the length of your spine. Just trying to shoot out into chaturanga. So what you're going to do is you're going to ground your hands and just jump back. Up dog and downward facing dog. And I almost shot myself right off the mat, the front of the mat. All right, friends, shift yourself forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Good. Let the tops of the feet press down. Bring palm over palm, forehead comes down onto the palms. Firming up the belly, firming up the glutes. On the inhale, we're just going to lift head, neck, and shoulders. And then lowering down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, 1 more. Inhale, lift and hold. 4, 3, 2. Arms come down to the side. Right cheek meets the mat. Let everything soften. Full breath into the nose, open mouth, exhale out. 1 more breath, just like that. Nice. This time, chin comes center, arms come up and overhead. And on the next in-breath, after everything's nice and firm, belly is pulled in, quadriceps are firm, glutes are firm, lifting right arm, left leg, lower down, switching sides, lower down, lift, and lower, lift, and lower, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both will lift and lower. Good. Inhale, lift, and lower. Belly come in. Lift. Let's move 4. And 3. And 2. 1 and hold. 4, 3, 2. Arms come down to your side. Left cheek meets the mat. Surrender. Chin comes back to the center, ground the hands. Pulling back, find child's pose. Staying as you are, bringing hands to the heels, finding rabbit pose. So you come from the forehead up to the very top of the head. Hips lift high so you feel this beautiful stretch from the thoracic spine down to the lumbar spine. Well, actually the cervical spine gets it too. So you're actually gazing between the knees. I can see the back wall. Lower down, surrender. Child's pose. Good, arms come up and overhead. Toes curl under, downward facing dog. Hip opener of your choice. We're set up to move right into half pigeon. If that's what you did yesterday, then maybe shift your posture. So knee comes to the wrist, back leg comes straight out from the hip, right on the top of the foot. If you need support, as in one of the hips is higher than the other, I like to put up a roll-up towel or blanket right across both hips, right? So both hip bones are level. And then take a nice fold. Rather than putting it under one side, I like it to go under both, so both hips get lifted evenly. All right, surrender in. Now remember, if you have, or other options would be laying on your back, finding figure 4, or take a seated pose, cross-legged seat, right in front of left to begin with, maybe taking a little fold with it, or fire love or cow face. Let's take about 4 or 5 really beautiful surrendering breaths. If you want to come up a little bit early, option for king pigeon, or get a little front body stretch here instead, right? Just opening up the chest. And again, king pigeon is another option if that's in your practice. If you are in a seated pose, maybe you want to get some side body bends. Good, and let's have everyone slowly release. If you're seated, extending legs long out in front of you, just shaking them out. If you're on your back, bring your feet to the sky, and if you're in half pigeon, finding down dog, pedaling it out. Shifting weight and gaze. Good. And when you're ready, moving on to the other side. Knee comes to the wrist. Back leg comes straight out behind you. Finding a lift and then a nice fold. Taking another 4 or 5 very surrendering breaths. If you want to come up a little bit early, taking a variation in your posture, feel free. And then slowly release. If you're down on your back, feel free to stay there. If you'd like to take a final down dog together, feel free. Everyone's going to meet back up and seated in a couple of breaths. coming through and sitting bones grounded. I'm going to get a little sip of water. Free to do so as well. All right. Sitting bones grounded to the earth. Toes curl back towards the nose. Know that you can always have bent knees here. We're going to lift up like a bowl of water through our pelvis, tip it towards the belly, or tip it towards the thighs. Belly's going to connect with the thighs. Take an inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, staying as you are. If belly's connected to thighs, and feel free to just tip the chin to the chest. And feel free to lengthen the legs out to your comfort. Making sure, again, belly connects with the thighs. Safest way to take a fold. Two more breaths. One more. Good, gentle release, lifting the hips up, or so grounding the hands first, lifting the hips up, reverse your plank. Lowering yourself back down. One more little posture. Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Knees come out to the side. Take an inhale and exhale, nice little fold. Good, inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Extend the legs long again, carve out the belly, make your way down to your mat. Knees will come into your chest when you get there. Again, use of a block, a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, extending legs to the sky if you'd like, and just putting that blanket right under the low lumbar sacrum area. Holding here, if you would prefer moving into plow pose and shoulder stand, that's also a nice option. And as I usually say, I like to ease into it from plow pose first and just let my head, neck, and shoulders get a little time to lengthen and allow myself to set up the pose nicely. So I'm resting on shoulders and triceps first. And when you feel ready, lengthening all the way into full shoulder stand. Staying as you are as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come down, maybe bringing knees to nose, knees to ears, or moving into plow pose. When you're ready, rolling yourself out gently into happy baby. All is well. Hopefully you can see the sun wherever you're at. As the sun's shining down in the studio right now, it feels really good. All right, from happy baby, let's move into fish pose. So bringing the palms facing down, thumbs to touch. Good, and then again, shimmying the shoulders underneath, extending the legs long, and like a string is pulling right up from the heart space. You're gonna slowly rest on the forearms, let the throat open, and the top of the head just gently touches the mat. And release fish pose. Both knees or right knee comes into the chest. Give it a little circle, little compressions. Take a nice inhale, exhale, supine twist. Draw knee or knees across the body. Right arm extends long, gaze to the right fingertips. Good knee comes back into the chest, giving you the squeeze. Lowering it down, bringing the left knee or both knees into the chest. Inhale and exhale. Supine twist to the right, gaze to the left. Nice, bring it back in, give it a nice squeeze again. And have the right knee meet the left. Forearms cross over the shins, forehead comes up to the knees. On the inhale, press shins in the forearms. And on the exhale, open up for your final Shavasana. All is well. Slowly begin to lengthen out our breath. Feeling free to stay as long in your Shavasana as you desire. If you're ready to come out, maybe moving fingers and toes. And rolling on your side when you feel ready. moving into a space of gratitude. Long even breath in. Long even breath out. And gently easing yourself up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Eyes are closed, palms are facing up on the knees. Bringing hands in prayer position to your heart center. Guiding love and light, prayer hands to your third eye center. May you have peace in your thoughts. Prayer hands to your lips. May you have peace in your words. Prayer hands back to your heart. Peace in your heart and your actions. Bowing forward to seal in our practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you again so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'm sending you all love. So I'm hoping you're feeling it, even though we can't be together in this room. We are still together in our community and in this world. So we'll see you soon. Thank you.